Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer Combat cards. Here with another requested video. This time we are going with Necrons again, and Nemesor Zahndrekh is the warlord of choice. I have done a number of videos with this guy in the past, but we're going with just a slightly different build here, and this is a 150 point deck. As you can see, just under 150 points. And alright, so for the bodyguards we've got the Deceiver. This guy I actually used quite a bit earlier on when I was lower rank. He was quite strong prior to the Void Dragon's release. Now I think the Void Dragon is kind of a better option for a lot of people, but the Deceiver is still pretty strong. I just got him to level 7. He's got Outflank for his trait. He used to have Shield, but it was switched to Outflank at some point. Then we got the Heavy Destroyer. This thing I have at a very high level. This is once you unlock the trait Berserk, this becomes an extremely cost-effective and powerful card. So definitely a good option for Necrons. And then we've got the Cryptek. This is another nice one. There are a number of Necrons with Medicae, so just whichever one that you have at the higher level. For me, it's this guy. And yeah, it's helpful once you've got the trait unlocked, of course. And then we've got the Plasmancer. This is one of my lower level cards. It's a pretty powerful glass cannon. So we'll see how it works out here with Zahndrekh. Alright, and Nemesor Zahndrekh, I mean, his special rule has two parts. One of them, it increases the damage of your units, either the ranged or melee, by just a little bit, and that won't actually make that huge of a difference for lower level players particularly, I think, but the second part of his special rule can be quite strong, so hopefully we'll be able to see that in action here. We're going into casual mode with this 150 point deck, and we are up against not Necrons, but Tyranids. Alright, with Gosar being the warlord, we've got some small little units on the field, and he is level 5. Now these do have their traits unlocked here, and that's a decent amount of damage there. We do have the initiative, and they have no ranged units on the field, so we will just be able to go to town against these guys. I want the Heavy Destroyer across from the weaker units probably, so in this case I guess the Hormagaunt will do, and we'll go ahead and put down the Deceiver. It's going to be a little bit of an overkill here with the extra damage from Outflank, but those two Endless units will respawn after they are destroyed the first time. So we'll start off with a ranged volley. The animation for the Endless trait takes a little while to get through. Alright, and they are getting their melee buff at the end of each turn. They got a Tyranid warrior on the field with poison. Now this is a very strong card. So 49 damage, that's already coming pretty close to taking down the Plasmancer. But we got quite a bit of melee damage that we can hit back with. And my Heavy Destroyer has the second tier of Berserk, so every time it takes damage you'll be gaining +8 to its attack stats. This one is particularly strong because it has both a ranged and melee attack. A number of the other Necron Berserkers only have melee, so that's why I like the Heavy Destroyer in particular. Continuing at the ranged volleys, they've got the Haruspex on the field at level 4. Another big melee attack, taking down the Plasmancer. And we do want to take down that Tyranid warrior so that no more of our units get poisoned. Although, getting Berserker poison can be fun. But we're just going to go ahead and shoot it down. And we'll be able to take down 2 of their units, leaving them with only 1 bodyguard when their warlord deploys. And the Cryptek was able to heal up the Deceiver and Heavy Destroyer a bit when it deployed. Here comes Gosar. And will they keep going melee? Looks like it. So this was a lower level deck that we just faced, so it wasn't really very difficult. And Gosar is very easy to take down because of his low health. I haven't actually been paying attention to which attack type has been getting buffed. It's just random. So I mean that's a decent amount of damage that they can deal, but really, yeah, I don't think we have quite enough to take down Gosar in one turn. So I believe it is well, actually we do have the exact amount of damage necessary. So that was a very easy match there. I think I'm going to go ahead and just play one more, and hopefully we can come up against a slightly stronger deck here. Yeah, this is casual. Okay, so one more time. The units I'm using are at a pretty high level, so it does feel a little bit unfair when I'm matched up against weaker opponents. And we're up against Bad Plan, is the name of this player. Necrons versus Necrons, and they have the Stormlord at level 3. So all of their units do have their traits unlocked, and they have the initiative, so they will be going first. Let's put down the Heavy Destroyer over here so it takes damage from the precision shot, and it'll also take damage from the barrage should they go ranged. I'm hoping they go for the ranged attack, but I'm not sure. Maybe they'll just go psychic. So the Berserker going into rage mode there. Yep, they are going psychic. That is the smart choice. So they're charging up a strong ranged attack, and then every time they ready, that's 20 damage to one of my units at random. So they can chip away at my units pretty well here. I think this will be a more challenging game than the last one. Go with ranged. And then the barrage, the splash damage from the enemy Immortal's barrage will hit my Heavy Destroyer, further activating that Berserker Rage. Alright, whoa, they can actually target down the Heavy Destroyer here, and that's what they're doing, going for the ranged attack. That's a good way to use target acquired, I'd say. Shooting down priority units. They aren't able to take it down, though, so right now the Heavy Destroyer is just dealing a huge amount of damage. And I kind of wish that they had a way to easily see which bonus you were getting from Zahndrekh's special rule. Right now, I think that, the only way is really to just like tap on the card. So we can see now we're getting the ranged boost here. So they just put down the Void Dragon at level 3. That is a pretty strong one. They've also got the Doom Scythe at level 7. So this is a decently strong deck. And I'm debating whether I want to go for the melee or ranged. It can do a lot of range damage, but then we'll take a lot in turn, so I think we'll go for melee this turn, just to get some free damage in on that Doom Scythe. The Heavy Destroyer goes down, and let's see, they've got their Warlord coming to the field. He's inspiring up his bodyguards, and let's see, I think, you know, I'm gonna put down Zahndrekh here. So Zahndrekh's gonna deploy. He's gonna outflank once, and we'll see which attack type they get. Well, they're gonna go for ranged, obviously. So they're going ranged, but when the Stormlord tries to shoot Zahndrekh, he will withdraw from the field, being replaced by his personal bodyguard Oberyn, who has Taunt. If you have the trait unlocked for Zahndrekh, his bodyguard will also have the trait. So that just protected the Cryptek. The bodyguard took all the damage. And then I think we're going to move. We're going to put down the Plasmancer on the left. And I don't know if we can actually get through the Stormlord's health. That's a whole lot of health there. But we're going to try. Go for the melee, since they outdamage us quite a bit with the ranged attack. Now the Deceiver will be able to deal a decent amount of damage with the counterattack. So they're going ranged again. Plasmancer survives, as does the Deceiver, but down goes the Cryptek. But this is working out fairly well. So now we're gonna put down Zahndrekh for the second time. He's gonna outflank once again, and it's gonna be a pretty close battle here, I think, because we can take down the Doom Scythe, but this is the problem. The Void Dragon has Big Game Hunter, so it'll deal extra damage to the Deceiver. So I'm not sure if he's actually going to be able to. Well, you know what? Actually, we have enough damage to take. Okay, I did not even realize that, but yeah, we have enough damage to take down both of the bodyguards, so that's actually not going to be an issue at all. So, smashing through the bodyguards, and now the Stormlord is just by himself, and then he's going Psychic. He'll get one last bolt hitting Zahndrekh there, and then we can seal the deal with a massive ranged attack, 277 total damage. So, the deck that I just faced was a slightly lower level player. His cards were not as high level as mine, but I think he did have quite a bit more deck points in that deck, and we were still able to claim victory there. So it's a decent combo, but I think a lot of these cards are interchangeable, and just depends on the level of your cards, especially for the big ones that you include, whether it's this guy or the Void Dragon. I also like using this guy, the Sun Eater, because he's at a really high level, but I'll include the link to the other, my personal favorite setup with Zahndrekh down in the comments below, so you can check that out if you want to. But whatever setup you use with Zahndrekh, I hope it works out for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.